Hi, good afternoon. My name is Salinder Singh, and we are five members in a group. Other members are Pooja Rani, Muskan, Gitanshi, and Tirth. We are going to present today about inditex. So, inditex corporate sustainability and ESG goals. So, the next slide. So this slide is about company overview. In 1963, Amancio starts his textile business during 10 years of succeed and purchases some textile factories in Spain. So we all know that Inditex owned so many companies like Zara, Pull&Bear, and some other brands. And he owned his first store opened in name of the Zara in 1975. The Zara was store opened in Spain. In 1985, Amancio creates a parent company, inditex, which expanded its interest far beyond clothes and textile. Also, in 1989, the first store in USA and the second store in France was opened in 1989. And in 1991, Pull and Bear brand was founded also, and the Inditex purchases 65% of shares. And in 1995, Inditex purchases 100% of shares from the company. In 1998, Organda found Berkshire and aimed at the youth and teens. And 2001 launches Osho brands, and also 2008 the company launches Alterquich and specialize in women outfit and accessories also. And also in 2012, Zara refreshes its concept, which could be interpreted like beauty quality and functionality and sustainability. So the company started in 1963, and then he opened his first store in 1975, and then he opened his new brand name like Amancio, creates its Inditex in 1989, and then 1991 he opened his new Pull and Beer brand. So now it's over 7,000, more than 7,000 people working in Inditex, and in over 19 countries, 90 countries. And moving to the next slide. Thank you. So this slide is about introduction of inditex. So we can clearly see the graph, and the line graph. It shows that the revenue history from 2008 to 2026. We can see that from 2008 to 2010, 2012, 2014, 2016, it's going to be increasing day by day. And in 2026, it's going up as more than 35 to 40 billion dollars. So also Inditex sells clothes, shoes and accessories. Inditex reported 38.18 billion in TTM revenue in its latest financial report. Also, Inditex is diverse team which an average age of 29.6 years old and 1,64,997 workers in working in Inditex. Moving to the next slide. On this slide, we can see that the sector and industry of revenue of apparel markets. So we can clearly see in the graph from 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017 to 2027, it shows about the revenue in billion dollars. So it's increasing accordingly by year. Also, we can see that UK customers spend about 45 billion pounds on garments and textiles, making the fashion retail industry the third largest in the world. Also, the UK fashion industry is worth 26 billion pounds and employs over 8 lakh working in the same Inditex company. The UK apparel market is expected to expand 10.2 billion GBP plus 14.56% in revenue from 2023 to 2027. Moving to the next slide. On this slide, we can see some of the problems why Inditex Zara owner the doubled net profit of 3.2 billion in 2023 after launching the revolutionary new collection. Also, polyester thread and other polyesters like PET made by Fermanol ethanol. The completed PET is 80% purified and also 20% by glycol from recovered by carbon emission. We can clearly see in the picture, it's the screenshot taken from the Zara official brand. It clearly shows about the problems that they are facing in their in their business property. So moving to the next slide. Next slide is going to present by my colleague Pooja. Thank you very much. Start.
Hi everyone, my name is Pooja, and today I will talk about sustainability ESG goals. So, these are a lot of goals. First is no plastic, organic and better cotton, supply chain water reduction, and linen and polyester from preferred suppliers, and man made polyester fibers. And first is 2023 no single use plastic for consumers, and 2023 100% organic recycled or better cotton, and 2023 100% sustainable man-made preferred fibers, and 2025 25% supply chain water reduction. And so next slide is sustainability ESG goals, environmental goals. So these are seven ESG goals. First is next generation fibers and transforming garment manufacturing, environmental transformation, workers at the center, and quality education and reducing water consumption, clean source of energy. First is environmental goals. Inditex, owner of Zara and other high street fashion brands, has renewed its commitment to cutting emission in half by 2030 and achieving net zero by 2040. And next generation fiber goals, company working on to ensure that by 2030 25% of textile fibers we use are next generation materials that the chemical into textile recycling and innovation. So next slide is selected goals environmental. Progress in UK energy system. First is surface transport, industry, commercial and public and agriculture, land use and use change and forestry. So first is a primary emphasis will be placed on achieving environmental objectives. Scopes 1, 2 and 3 of the United Kingdom's UN Sustainable Development Goals aim for net zero carbon emissions, a 50% decrease in net yearly energy uses, and a 75% reduction in a mains water use. Therefore, Inditex will primarily aim to decrease carbon emissions. And the next slide is how to meet the environmental goals. So these are five environmental goals. First is objective, implement carbon capture technology across Inditex supply chain by 2027. And second is specific, integrate Lanza Tech carbon capture system into all manufacturing facilities and distribution centers. And measurable, achieve a 50% reduction in carbon emission from Inditex supply chain by 2027. And achievable, collaborate with Lanja Tech to customize and install carbon capture. Relevant, align with Inditex commitment sustainability and reduce reliance on finite fossil fuels. And time bound, complete installation and implementation of carbon capture technology by the end of 27. And the next slide is AI solution. How can Inditex, the parent company of Zara and several other fashion brands, leverage sustainable products to increase its overall sustainability? First is sourcing sustainable materials, and second is collaboration with suppliers, and third is developing sustainable lines, and fourth is complementing eco-friendly process, and fifth is education consumers. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Muskan, and today we are going to present about Inditex, that how the parent company of Zara and several other fashion brands leverage sustainable product to increase its overall sustainability through various strategies. So first one is sustainable materials, like how they increase the use of sustainable materials such as organic cotton, recycled polyester, and tendal like psychocell in cottoning production to reduce environmental impact. Second one is collaborating with suppliers. They improve transparency in the supply chain by partnering with the suppliers who adhere to ethical and sustainable practice, ensuring fair labor conditions and reducing environmental harm. So the third one is developing sustainable line. Inditex can create specific product lines made entirely from sustainable materials. For example, launching collection made from organic cotton can attract environmentally conscious consumers and drive sales. The fourth one is implementing eco-friendly process, which mean adopting eco-friendly process in manufacturing, such as using renewable energy resources like solar or wind power, like water conservation, and reducing emissions from transportation can significantly help the environment to reduce carbon footprints. So the last but not the least is consumer education. Educate consumers about sustainable fashion choices and the importance of responsible consumption through making campaigns and in-store initiative. The next slide is about process mapping. Here is the hierarchy. So the first step for the emission resource identification, and then second is goes to capture technology evaluation. The third one is process integration analysis. Fourth one is engineering design and specification of Inditex. The fifth one is pilot testing and validations. So then it goes to system installations, and after that commissioning and performance of the Inditex, and then monitoring and controlling of the company. After it goes to the operational training and optimizing, and the last is performance evaluation and report. So the project requirement of Inditex, uh, there are two type of, as first one is human resources and the second is material resources. In the human resources, there are environmental engineers, process analysts and technicians. For the material resources, there are carbon capture equipment, instrumentation tools, engineer softwares. The cost of the Intertex will use like LanzaTex carbon captures technology after an initial investment of 22.5 million US dollar. So the assumptions is like financial support and investment for the sustainability initiative, the regulatory compliance and permits for the implementing carbon capture system, sufficient availability and scalability of LanzaTech's carbon capture technology. The next slide is about cost breakdown. So the raw material of platinum catalyst, uh, the tax is 5% and the total cost uh, uh, is approx 52 billion US dollars, and for the electrolyte membrane is 11 billion US dollar. The taxes of electrolyte membranes is 10% and the rest is 5%. So the hydrogen storage tanks is 52 billions. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Gitanshi. I will explain stakeholder analysis. Firstly, I'm talking about the keep satisfied. It includes suppliers, customers. And secondly, I'm talking about manage closely. It includes shareholders, customers, employee, management, regulatory bodies, investors. And third one is monitoring. And fourth one is keep informed. It includes environmental, NGOs, and local communities. If I talk about stakeholders, it includes customers, shareholders, investors, suppliers, employees, local communities. And next slide is developing standard operating procedures, SOPs, and maintainers. If I talk about the work breakdown structure, it includes capture technology evolution, process integration analysis, engineering design and specification, pilot testing and validation, system installation and integration, commissioning and performance testing, evaluation of different types of carbon capture technologies, operational training and optimization, emission source identification, and last one is inventory of emission sources. And next slide. Next slide. I'm talking about the timeline. It includes task and its starting year is 2024 to 2027. I'm talking about the task. It includes emission source identification, capture technology evolution, process integration analysis, engineering design and specification, pilot testing and validation, system installation and integration, commissioning and performance testing, operational training and optimization. Next slide. Next slide is risk log management. Firstly, I'm talking about the risk. Is technical issues during testing. Impact level is high, probability is medium, risk score is high. Business impact analysis includes potential delays in project timeline. Second one is supply chain disruptions. Impact level is high, probability is low, and risk score is medium. And business impact analysis in this delayed deliveries of materials, potential cost overruns. And third one is regulatory changes. Impact level is medium, probability is high, and the risk score is high. If I talk about the business impact analysis in this, compliance issues, additional expenses for adoptions, and the equipment malfunctions is impact level is high, probability is medium, and risk score is high. If I'm talking about the business impact analysis in this, downtime in production, increased maintenance cost, and the last one is lack of skilled personnel. The impact level is high and the probability is medium and risk score is high. And the business impact analysis in this reduced efficiencies, potential delays in project execution.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Steve Dani and I will talk about project recommendation. Setting up clear communication channels and tasks so team members know their roles helps in manage the project. Second is regular progress reviews and milestone tracking will help them monitor the project. Collaboration among stakeholders and flexibility to adapt changing situation will also affect the project's overall success. And these are the project recommendation which I have put in the slide. Close out and competition, initiation, implementation, and planning and design. This slide is lean manufacturing approach for project management. With Lanza Stack's carbon capture technology, lean assembling works on strategies. They can track down the ideal strategy to use resources, diminish waste, and increment efficiency. Consistent improvement and waste decrease will assist inditex with embracing carbon capture technology quicker while bringing down costs and working on the climate. Project team role and responsibilities are listed. Project manager is responsible for overall project planning, execution, and coordination. Engineering team is responsible for installation, integration of carbon capture systems. Supply chain management is responsible for coordinates equipment and material sourcing. Sustainability team is responsible for sustainability initiatives, monitors environmental impact assessments and ensures compliance with regulatory requirements. Operations team is responsible for day-to-day operations and maintenance of carbon capture systems. Finance team is responsible for project budgets, cost estimates, and financial reporting. Quality control team ensures the quality and reliability of carbon capture systems. Human resources facilitates recruitment, training, and development. Project team member supports team cohesion, addresses HR related issues. Communication teams handle internal and external project communication. Regulatory compliance team ensures compliance with environmental regulations. These are the list of references, appendix of ChatGPT. Thank you very much.